a cellular level is principally a consequence of increase in the amount of the protoplasm. What is protoplasm?
Nucleus plus cytoplasm.
Nucleoplasm plus cytoplasm, the fluid portion which is situated in the cell. Since increase in the protoplasm is difficult to measure directly, one generally measures some quantity which is more or less proportional to it. Growth is therefore measured by a variety of parameters, some of which are increase in the fresh weight, dry weight, length, area, volume, and cell number. You may find it amazing to know that one single maize root apical meristem, the MCQ, one single maize root apical meristem can give rise to more than 17,500 new cells per hour. So according to that measurement or the length of that maize plant can be asked by changing in the timing. Whereas cell in the watermelon may increase in size by up to 350,000 times. Here similarly you consider per hour. In the former, the growth is expressed as increase in the cell number. The latter expresses growth as increase in the size of the cell. So, next to this topic, I can discuss with the phases of growth. 3 phases there: meristematic phase, elongation phase, and maturation phase. Meristematic phase is that new and new cells are added there, and after obtain the adequate number of the cells, that is increase in the width as well as the length of the cell, as a result increase in the length as well as girth of the plant parts. And afterwards the divided cell become differentiated to get its original function. Just like to the parenchyma, parenchyma, sclerenchyma, xylem, phloem, like that. While the growth of the pollen tube is measured in the term of its length. You know that after pollination, the pollen grain which is coming in contact with stigma, it produces the pollen tube. So pollen tube, it is originated on the stigma, run through style, enter inside the ovary, surrounded to the ovule, and inside the ovule, the ovum present, it fertilizes it. Increase in the surface area denotes the growth in dorsiventral leaf. Dorsiventral leaf is nothing but the dicot leaf, whereas monocot leaf is isobilateral leaf. Okay? Here, these 2 words are given in chapter number 6. In chapter number 6, the anatomy of the flowering plant. Okay, in that at the last of that chapter, before secondary growth, the leaf section is given there, dicot leaf and monocot leaf, and in that two types of leaves are there. See, here actually mesophyll cell. Mesophyll cell which is divided into two parts, palisade cell and spongy cells. Palisade cell and spongy cell. Palisade cell, it is compactly arranged together where intercellular space is absent. The cells are very compactly arranged, whereas spongy cells are roundward and they are loosely arranged together and much more intercellular space is located there. So palisade cell and spongy cells both are present in dicot leaf. That's why it is known as dorsiventral leaf. At the both the surface, two different types of cells are located there. Palisade cells are just below the upper epidermis. Upper epidermis means the layer of the leaf. The upper layer of the leaf is known as upper epidermis and lower layer is known as lower epidermis. Okay? If you want to see, then enter in the chapter number 6. Section of the leaf, you observe that come on the page number 94. And you see on the page number 93, heading given there, dorsiventral leaf, also known as dicot leaf. Can you obtain it? And isobilateral leaf, known as monocot leaf, on the page number 93. Whereas on the page number 94, two diagrams are given there. Upside diagram. The diagram is of the dicot leaf. So upside, you see properly that compactly arranged. Yes. The square or cylindrical line, long cells are compactly arranged there. So where intercellular space means the space between the two successive cells, it is absent there. The cells are very compactly arranged there. See, below the upper epidermis and above the lower epidermis. Above the lower epidermis, you see that spongy cells. The spongy cells are round and much more large intercellular space present there. I am talking about the uppermost diagram description. Here, palisade cells and spongy cells, two are situated in the same leaf. That's why it is known as dorsiventral leaf. Whereas see the below diagram, the diagram is of the monocot leaf. In that diagram, only one type of cells are located there, and that is nothing but the spongy cells. Okay? That's why on the both the sides, same types of the cells are located there. That's why it is known as isobilateral leaf. Only one type of cells, and here two types of cells are there in the leaf. Okay? So when we learn this topic in detail perfectly, then and then you get this idea. But this chapter is kept there in the syllabus. Fine. Now, the phases of the growth. Three phases. Meristematic phase or meristematic region where new cells are added due to meristematic tissue present there. Okay, so it is present on tip of root and shoot. I'm not talking like that it is absent in the axillary bud or like that, but it is present there. But majority here I am talking about the primary meristem only. Second is elongation phase. Or elongation region. Here, what happened? The length and width both are increased, leads to increasing the length and width of the cell, leads to increase in length and width of body parts of lung. Elongation phase in that the size of the cell increases. In which way? The length and the width both increases. As a result, increase in the length as well as the width of the parts of the plant or cell. So, second region is known as elongation region. Here, remember that increase in the part of the plant, length as well as width, cells are not added. Cells are not added. Number of cells are limited. But increase in the length and the width of the cell leads to increase in the width and length of the parts of the plant or cell of the plant. Fine? ત્યાં આપણે elongation and increase in the width એવું સમજીને આપણે વિચારીએ કે સેલ્સ એડ થયા હશે. new cells are not added there. So after the proper limited meristematic growth, elongation region starts or phase start, which cannot increase the number of the cell but increase in the length and the width. Fine? In all the ways. And third is known as maturation region. Phase of differentiation. Here you say that phase of division. Meristematic phase there, no? You say that phase of division, and here for this you say that phase of elongation. So here in the maturation region, the cell lost its divisional capacity and it becomes mature to take its own function. Root heads are formed. Root heads are formed. Actually, some cells are added there, and few cells are differentiated and form the root hair, the branches of the root. Fine. So this is also known as root hair formation region. Okay. And the last one, the most important thing, The phase between the phase of division means the meristematic region or the phase of meristem and the phase of maturation. That period is known as grand period of growth. Okay? So these are the phases of the growth. Let us see in the detail from the textbook. See the diagram. The period of the growth is generally divided into three phases, namely meristematic, elongation and maturation. Figure number 15.3. See, I can tell you the region A. In the diagram, you see that the region A as well as B, it's a meristematic region. C, D region known as elongation region. And the E, F and G known as maturation region. Let us understand this by looking at the root tip. The constantly dividing cells, both at the root apex and the shoot apex, represents the meristematic phase of the growth, because here new and new cells are added. But the new cells are added in which direction? Yesterday we had learned this. From the root apex, the cells are added upside, and from the shoot apex, cells are added downside. As a result, elongation in the main axis. Fine. The cells in this region are rich in the protoplasm, possess large conspicuous nuclei. Their cell walls are primary in nature, thin and cellulosic with plasmodesmatal abundant connection. The two successive cells cytoplasm are united together with the help of a small passage known as plasmodesmata. So here, abundant exchange of that material from the one cell to another cell leads to maximum rate of respiration. During the growth phase, the respiratory rate is maximum. So much more energy is gained. As a result, much more growth occurs. The cells, proximal, just next away from the root tip to the meristematic zone, represents the phase of the elongation. Increase in the vacuolation, cell enlargement and new cell wall deposition are the characteristic of the cells in this phase. Here what happened? The vacuoles become enlarged. Due to increase in the size of the vacuole, increase in the size of the cell, horizontally as well as longitudinally. Fine? And the primary cell wall, then it is covered by secondary cell wall. Now after the elongation, the cell undergoes maturation phase, going to the maturation phase, ready for that. Further away from the root, from the apex, that is the more proximal to the phase of the elongation, lies portion of axis which is undergoing the phase of maturation. Just opposite to the apex, and just above the elongation phase. Okay, that region is known as maturation region. The cells of this zone attain their maximal size in the term of wall thickening and protoplasmic modification. Most of the tissues and the cell types you have studied in the chapter number 6 represent this phase. Previously I told to you that here the maturation phase, in the two types of the maturation there, simple tissue and permanent tissue. Simple permanent and compound permanent. Fine. So simple permanent tissue, it is made up of single type of the cells only, parenchyma, collenchyma and sclerenchyma, like that. And compound tissue, xylem and phloem. Right? Now the growth rate. Here two types of the growth rate there. How can we measure the growth rate? Here arithmetic growth and geometric growth there. Very interesting topic. Okay? Here basically I can give you the knowledge of this. Okay, first we understand it. Two types of the growth rate. Arithmetic growth and the geometric growth. You know that in the growth, the one cell divided into two. So here two options are there. Fine. Arithmetic growth in that one cell divides into two cells in both. Okay, first I can give you the common information. In both common, but now the twisted point. What? Here, out of two cells, one cell is differentiated and remaining other cell divides, and so similar to this, similarly shown this. One cell divided into two. So two માંથી one cell mature રહેશે, one remains. One cell divided into two. So now mature cells are two. Dividing cell become one. એક જ divide થશે. તો અહીંયા કેવું થશે? One cell is converted into two. Two converted into three. Three into four. And five. And so on. No. Dividing cell તો one જ. But number of cells માં plus one increment થતું જશે. See, suppose Understand this. Suppose this is the one marker. See, one cell is there. It is divided into two. This loss is divisional capacity, differentiated. So one is converted into two. So out of the two cells, one is differentiated. This converted into two cells. So it becomes three. This is already mature. So out of the two cells, one is differentiated, one is divided into two. So one cell, two cell, three cell, like that. And when you draw the diagram, the graphical representation in the allocation of the on the x-axis the time and the y-axis in the number of the cells increment, find linear graph is obtained. Okay, later on we will discuss this in detail. Now, in the geometric growth, what happened? Two newly formed cells are divided and again 4 cells are divided and so on. Understand? So here what happened? See, one cell it is divided into two. 2 converted into 4. 4 into 8 and 16. So on. Okay? So here S-shaped curvature है. Just simply I can draw the diagram here. When you draw the diagram, arithmetic growth, okay, on x-axis time and the y-axis number of cell, fine, you obtain the graph in this way, linear growth. Okay, and when you draw the graph of this geometric growth, I can draw here. This is the y-axis number of cell and this is the time. Then you obtain the S shape like this. So understand the S-shaped curve. Here, according to the time increment, the number of the cells are same. According to the time increment, number of cells are same. Understand the sigmoid curve perfectly. Everyone listen it carefully. In sigmoid curve, initial growth is very slow because number of cells are less initially. Just one example I can say you. Okay, I can give the one information. Cell cycle and cell division. Might be I'd ask that. Assume that one bacterial cell becomes double. One bacterial cell becomes double within 1 minute, in a 1 minute. Okay? Think about it. one cell divide into 2 in 1 minute. 1 minute માં double. To fill the 1 liter solution of this bacterial cell, we require 1 hour time. So what is the time required to fill the 500 ml solution of this same bacteria? Option 30 minutes, 45 minutes, 59 minutes and 1 hour. ફરીથી કહું છું, 1 બેક્ટેરિયા 1 મિનિટમાં ડબલ થાય છે. 1 બેક્ટેરિયા 1 મિનિટમાં ડબલ થાય છે. એનું 1 લિટર સોલ્યુશન આપણે ફિલ કરવું છે, બનાવવું છે, બરોબર? સો ફોર ધેટ વી રિક્વાયર 1 અવર ટાઈમ. એટલે આપણે 1 અવરમાં 1 લિટર સોલ્યુશન ફિલ કરીએ. So 500 ml આપણે સોલ્યુશન બનાવવું હોય. So what is the time required for this? 30 minutes. How?
1 liter 1 hour, 500.
તો 500 ml માં half an hour જ આવે ને. એટલે 2 લીટર 1.5 hour પછી બનશે. ડબલ થશે ને half an hour માં. Absolutely wrong. To fill the 500 ml of that bacterial solution, we require 59th minute. One minute it become double. So at 1 hour means at 60th minute 1 liter solution is there. So before 1 minute half solution there, 500 ml. Not getting. One minute માં double. તો બિફોર 1 મિનિટ હાફ હોય. આ પડે જ ખબર પહેલા. 1 મિનિટમાં જો ડબલ થતું હોય તો 1 મિનિટ પહેલા હાફ હોય ને તો ડબલ થઈ જાય. એટલે 60th મિનિટે જો 1 લિટર સોલ્યુશન ફોર્મ થતું હોય તો 59th મિનિટે 500 ml હોય. ત્યારે 60th મિનિટે ડબલ થયું ને 1 લિટર. Similar to that, 8th minute, 250 ml. 57th minute, 125 ml. What is ખબર? નહીં ને? Initial growth કેવું હોય છે તમે વિચારો. Initial growth is very slow and at a particular level the growth is very rapid. Basic information, double in 1 minute. Understand? Okay. So 60th minute. 60th minute, that means 1 hour. 1 liter solution there. Okay. આપણે forward જઈએ. Straight way. 60 minute છે. એટલે કે 1 hour જ્યારે 1 લિટર સોલ્યુશન છે તો 61st મિનિટ હોય ત્યારે ડબલ થઈ જાય ને 2 લિટર. 62nd મિનિટ 4 લિટર. 63rd મિનિટ 8 liter. Understand? No? Yes?
Yes.
તો જે મિનિટે જેટલા લીટર સોલ્યુશન હોય એની 1 મિનિટ પહેલા હાફ હોય કે નહીં. Now we can go outside at 59th minute, 500 ml solution there. 58th minute, 250 ml there. At 57th minute, 125 ml there. Now got it? Now assume at 1 hour, 1 liter solution there. Just I can say you only one thing. Before 3 minutes and after 3 minutes. Think about it. You consider 1 hour. Just before 3 minutes, 125 ml solution there. And after 3 minutes, 8 liter solution there. I want to say you the little bit thing that here, initially the growth is very slow. Initially the growth is very slow because organisms are very less. Just you think about that one bacteria divides in 1 minute. When you put this bacteria in the cultural medium to grow, it divides into 2 within 1 minute. Initially the growth is very slow, but when the number of the bacteria are in the sufficient amount, then growth is very rapid within a short period of time.